Now, we are going to talk about the Brandon off. Only one person leaving gets to keep the name. The other person has to take the middle name, and there will be one less Brandon in the world. Okay, that's probably not true, but it'd be cool if it was. Brandon Moreno is minus 190 versus Brandon Royval at plus 165. This will be another bet for us, but I'm going to go with Mikey Gills first here to talk about this one with Brandon versus Brandon.
Yeah, let's start off with Moreno. 17, 5-1, 2 knockouts, 10 subs, going for $8,600 on DraftKings. I love Brandon Moreno. This is not going to be a breakdown where I really negatively talk about either. I love both of these fighters. Very busy striker on the feet, great scrambler on the ground, super aggressive grappler. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think he's a purple belt, but he grapples way better than that. Regardless, former LFA champ, super aggressive, throws a lot of heat on the feet, just an all-around solid fighter. He has the same. Both of these guys really have the same problem in that they're both easy to hit when they're stand-ups. They both have just a lot of defensive holes. Specifically Moreno as well. He's got more of that boxing approach. He throws a lot of heat, throws hard, and leaves himself open for counters. Going up against Brandon Royval, 12-4, 3 knockouts, 8 subs, going up for $7,600 on DraftKings. Another former LFA champ. There can only be one. I was going to use the Highlander voice, but I did so bad with the Bane voice earlier that I'm never going to do another movie voice ever again.
Get you on Cameo where you could just do the voices for a little bit of extra scratch.
Yeah, I'm going to be embarrassed forever about that. Anyway, Factory X guy. We talked about that camp on the show. We all love it. He's won his last 4 straight, all by submission. Stand up again can be a little reckless, but he does use that. He uses that to get in close so he can get his opponents to the ground, where from there, he's just an absolute nightmare. I do think he's a little better than Moreno on the feet just because you have really no idea what he's going to throw at you. And that unpredictability at this point is really just baked into his game, and it's now become a strength that you can rely on with him. Above all else, I expect this fight to be entertaining. Both of these guys are busy. Both of them are go for the kill fighters, and each one really has multiple paths to victory. But I just think Royval is just a little better everywhere. I think he's just on the feet, on the ground. He's just a notch above. He's a true finisher. And luckily for us, he is at dog money on DraftKings at $7,600. And I'm telling you right now, he's going to be in our lineup. He is a point scorer. Brandon Royval, lock him up.
Yeah, and I absolutely love both these guys. Both of them are great dudes, great and mixed martial artists, and the way that they both scramble in jiu-jitsu transitions and wrestling, it excites me greatly. So if you like that type of stuff, you definitely want to tune into this match because there's going to be a lot of transition, submission attempts, and all kinds of wild and crazy stuff. I don't quite understand how Moreno has gotten by, with such wildness, kind of. He's a little sloppy. He leaves himself open. I'm not quite sold on him yet. In any way, I don't think his striking will ever be world class enough. And then even on the ground, he's slick and he's sharp, pretty sharp and stuff. Obviously, it's the UFC, but the way that Royval locks in submissions and really hunts for them, and I've rolled on the ground with some straight killers like Barry Yoshida and my brother and others. So I've been punished before. I just think that Royval is superior to Moreno on the ground, and I think that the odds are just a blessing. And you definitely this is the side to be on, and we're going to be throwing down that one unit because of that.
Oh, nice.
Yep, this is my bet for the card on Brandon Royval at the plus 165 for you guys. We'd love to give you a dog. The value is definitely on his side. I think his striking is better than Moreno. It's cleaner. I think he will nail Moreno coming in. Obviously, Moreno is a forward action fighter. One thing that has been so great at flyweight has been scrambles. You've heard me talk about that in the past, about the scrambles. Usually the guy that wins the scrambles wins the fight. And Moreno's great at the scrambles. The hard part is he has a little bit of that Tim Elliott syndrome where he's willing to put himself in bad spots in those scrambles to ultimately get to a better spot. But eventually you get caught. I mean, heck, Royval was one of the guys that caught Elliott in one of those type scrambles. Brandon Royval is what I love to see. He's an opportunistic finisher. Although he is so good on the feet in comparison to Moreno, obviously there's people that are better than him. He's an opportunistic finisher. If you give him a limb, he's going to take it. If you give him a neck, he's going to take it. If you give him an opening for a shot, he is going to take it. And somebody with a killer instinct like that, you can't count out. And Moreno loves to put himself in bad spots. So although maybe athletically Brandon Moreno is ahead, I'm going with Royval as the one who is not only going to win, but is going to walk away with the name. And honestly, I do think he has a solid chance for a finish, which I would love to see, but I'm not going to put too much on that, and I don't always need to do props. And for this one, it's just Brandon Royval straight at the plus 165, just to cash you guys out for a nice little underdog play.